Hello, welcome to a new Crash Bandicoot 1 port mobile video. Today we'll see how to download and play it. Today we're going to install and play the Crash Bandicoot 1 mobile port step by step, from the files to the first launch. If you've wanted to play this classic on your phone, this guide will show you the complete process in a simple way. We'll prepare the device, organize the files, install the port, launch the game, and check the controls and performance. I'll also explain what you can try if you get a black screen, missing files, crashes, or slow performance. Make sure you watch the important section in the middle, because that's where I'll explain where to find the links for this tutorial. Before we begin, remember to use trusted sources, and only use game files that you are legally entitled to use. Let's start by preparing the phone before we install anything. First, check your available storage and make sure you have enough free space for the application and its additional files. If your storage is almost full, remove unnecessary downloads, videos, screenshots, or applications before continuing. Next, close applications running in the background, especially if you're using an older or lower-end device. Having fewer applications open can free memory and help keep the installation and gameplay more stable. I also recommend restarting your phone before starting the installation, because this gives us a clean environment. After the restart, avoid opening unnecessary applications and go directly to your file manager. Now we're ready to talk about the files required for the Crash Bandicoot 1 mobile port. Depending on the port version, you may have several files that need to be installed or extracted. This is where many people make mistakes, because they download everything and then place the files in random folders. Don't do that. First, inspect the downloaded files and check what each file or folder contains. If you downloaded a zip or another compressed archive, extract it using your file manager. After extracting the archive, check that the required files and folders are present. Do not rename folders unless the installation instructions specifically tell you to do so. Also, don't move files randomly, because some ports expect their data to be in a specific location. If the data is in the wrong folder, the application may open but fail to find the game files. Follow the folder structure shown in the tutorial and take your time with this step. Once everything is extracted and organized correctly, we're ready to install the main application. Open your file manager and locate the main installation file used by the port. Tap the file and follow the normal installation instructions shown on your device. Depending on your settings, your device may display a security warning before the installation can continue. If you trust the source and have verified the file, follow your device's normal procedure to complete the installation. Wait until the installation has completely finished before opening anything else. Don't launch the game immediately. First, return to the file manager and double-check the additional files. Make sure the required folders are still in the correct locations and nothing was accidentally moved. This is important because an application can install successfully, but still fail if its required data is missing. Once you've confirmed that everything is ready, we're almost at the fun part. And now we're getting to the section many of you are probably waiting for. If you're following this tutorial and you're looking for the files used in this guide, the links are in the comments. Yes, the links are in the comments below this video, so make sure you check them. You'll find the relevant links there for the resources shown in this tutorial. Instead of searching through random websites, check the comments and use the resources provided there. If you haven't downloaded the files yet, pause the video, check the comments, and get everything you need. Then come back to this point and continue with the installation. Remember to be careful with anything downloaded from the internet, and always use sources you trust. Now that everything is ready, let's finally launch Crash Bandicoot 1. Open the installed application and wait for the game to initialize. The first launch can take a little longer than normal, so don't immediately close the application if you see a loading screen. Give it some time and let the port finish preparing its files. If everything was installed correctly, you should eventually reach the Crash Bandicoot title screen. Once you see the main menu, that's a very good sign that the installation was successful. Now let's start a new game and test the controls. Move Crash around, test the jump, try the spin, and check that the controls respond correctly. Also pay attention to the audio and graphics to make sure everything is working normally. If everything looks and sounds correct, congratulations, you've successfully launched the Crash Bandicoot 1 mobile port. Now let's talk about the controls, because touchscreen controls can feel different from playing with a traditional controller. Crash Bandicoot requires precise movement, especially when jumping across platforms or avoiding obstacles. Spend a few minutes practicing movement in an easy area before attempting more difficult sections. Try walking, running, jumping, and spinning until the controls feel comfortable. If the port supports a physical controller, you can also try connecting one for a more traditional experience. For many players, a controller can make platform games easier, especially when precise jumps are required. Next, let's talk about performance. Crash Bandicoot 1 isn't extremely demanding, but performance can still vary depending on your device and the port version. If the game is already running smoothly, you don't need to change anything. If you notice stuttering or slowdowns, first close applications running in the background. Then restart the game and check whether performance improves. If the port provides graphics or performance settings, lowering some options may help older devices. Also keep an eye on your phone's temperature while playing. If the device becomes very hot, take a short break and let it cool down before continuing. Remember that performance can vary between different phones, so your results may not be exactly the same as mine. Let's quickly go through some common problems you might encounter. If the game doesn't start, completely close it and try launching it again.